Welcome back, everybody, to Beer Brackets. Today we have an epic versus battle, as you can see in front of me. Two American icons, two American beer legends going head to head. We never thought we'd be able to do this because I can't get Yuengling where I am in Canada. I managed to smuggle some across the border to film a couple of these episodes, and right now we can do this dream battle that we never thought we'd be able to do. But my friend, today we are pitting against each other one-on-one in vicious American beer battle. Yuengling Traditional Lager versus the Pabst, the Blue Ribbon, the Nastro Azzurro. Let's just get it. I don't know which one's going to come out on top here. We will see. We'll see how many points each one of these beers can steal from each other. Oh, this is going to be good.
See, my friend, like I love what you just mentioned there, because this feels like a little bit like, a déjà vu in a sense, right? At least for me it does.
Like a beer déjà vu.
It does.
A déjà beer.
A déjà beer, exactly. We have, the Blue Ribbon on one side, and we have a more lager-like on the other side. We're in familiar ground here. I'm very curious, but very different players.
So we have the Yuengling coming in at... What is the ABV on Yuengling? It doesn't list it clearly over here.
Ooh, that's a good question, my friend. I don't think they list it on the...
They don't.
I
thought I was going crazy.
We need to find out.
The Pabst Blue Ribbon coming in at 4.9%. My friend, let's get this versus battle going. Let's crack these beers, and let's see which one comes out on top.
Let's do it.
Two of the oldest breweries in the United States, Yuengling being the oldest, and of course Pabst being around since the 1840s. So these are ancient American beer wizards here at play, fighting for beer supremacy.
The beer wizards.
I don't know if I'd call them wizards. Maybe the brewers of the Yingers.
Well, and
the Yuengling here.
Well, initially they were then the wizard subcontracted to others.
To subcontracted wizards?
Yeah, that's when the magic disappears.
I can definitely see that happening. I'm so happy that I was able to bring these Yuenglings across. Every last one of my Yuenglings are so precious and so valuable. But I'm sacrificing it, the sacrificial lamb, for this versus battle against Pabst.
Look at this Pabst, that nice color that it has. I love it.
All right, buddy. Which one's coming out on top for you for the Aroma?
Oh, sorry, my friend. I'm a little behind here.
No problem. We've discussed this before. At the Beer Bracket Pub, things go at your own pace. Your beers, pour them at your own pace, my friend. There is no rush.
You're so kind, my friend.
Beers, wait for no man. They go at their own pace.
Look at the contrast of those two. I love it.
Isn't that beautiful?
I love it. I don't know if I'm imagining it, but there is the beer imagination. Yeah, exactly. But the even if obviously in one the hop presence is way more present, there is a similar hop characteristic note, let's say, in both.
Oh, totally, yeah.
But that being said, I am going with the Yuengling, my friend here. The Yingers takes the point for me. Just like the way it showcases the hops surrounded by nice maltiness. What do you think?
Oh, man, you know what? I was thinking coming into this that I might be going with the Pabst on the Aroma, but that Yuengling Aroma is so subtle, but it's so good. It's just malty, a little hoppy. It's really subtle, but it's enough to make you want to go in and just take a big gulp of it and drink it. And the Pabst, it's got that kind of standard macro lager aroma, even though it is kind of refreshing as far as macro lager aromas go. A little bit malty, a little bit hoppy, but I'm going to give the Yingers as well 2-0 to start off, my friend. Now let's go in for a taste, buddy. Cheers. Let me know what you think. I got to go with the Yinger first. That's interesting. That is the most fascinating part of this versus battle, I think. But I will let you go first, my friend. What do you think?
I gotta say, the element that is bringing this section home is one, and it's the way the wizards or the subcontracted wizards, however you want to call them, are playing with the malts. Wizards. While the hop presence is there in both, and they're both beers that are a little bit lighter compared to other stronger beers that we've reviewed, but really the way that malts are showcased in one of them makes a huge difference. And for me, that one beer is Yuengling. Like, I just
Pabst.
love the way that malt presence just surrounds everything without being cloying, which is just like wizardry.
Yeah.
Pure wizardry.
You know, we just filmed a review of Pabst Blue Ribbon. The main thing I took away from that was that it wasn't nearly as bad as I remembered it being. And a lot of people look down on Yuengling. A lot of people look down on the Yinger. But I gotta say, when you drink it side by side with a Pabst, it really showcases the quality. It really, really does. And I know a lot of people might categorize it in the same grouping as a beer like Pabst. But it really belongs separately. And we've been big advocates for Yuengling on this channel. We love Yuengling. And this is the reason. This is the reason why. When you put these two side by side, you taste the difference. And you can taste how, even though they're both subtle, right? And we think about macro lagers as being subtle in flavor, you know, very sort of easy, palatable, boring to some beer connoisseurs, let's say. But when you taste a Yuengling next to a Pabst, you taste the quality that the Pabst just doesn't have. So this is getting the point, my friend. 100% that maltiness, beautiful. Now we got to do a double mouthfeel refresher, buddy. Let's do this right here. Two-handed mouthfeel refresher.
Oh, you're brave, my friend. I'm doing one at a time.
You like to take your beer time.
Yeah, I'm afraid to
No rush.
make a mess, which I'm very good at.
No rush at all, my friend. This table here has seen a lot of beer messes. In our recent Guinness versus Left Hand Brewing Milk Stout episode, I completely coated this desk in Guinness. It has seen a lot of beers.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. The table wants, it's part of the pub now. Like, it has absorbed the quality.
It's absorbed years and years of beer wisdom. God, Yuengling's so good.
Gotta go with Yuengling, my friend. It's just like it just has like that carbonation, the mouthfeel. The Pabst like has that more cloyingness, like as we described before. Like, it's not bad, but it's just like when put together or next to a beer like Yuengling, like it just showcases how Yuengling has like that more better or that I prefer more quality. Let's say
5-0. Are we gonna have a sweep? I don't think so, because I'm going to give the point to Pabst. And you know why I'm going to give the point to Pabst? Yuengling has that really sharp, refreshing mouthfeel that I really love. And I'm kind of already regretting giving this point to Pabst as I'm explaining this. But I must say, the mouthfeel of Pabst, it's sort of all-encompassing. It's very velvety. There's some oiliness mixed with a good level of carbonation that sort of like takes over your palate. And it's very thirst-quenching. And so, you know what? If nothing else, I'm going to give them the point just because I think like if they are going to score any point over Yuengling, this is where they're going to get it. And I think they deserve it. Yuengling is up 5-1. So Pabst has to take every single point from this point on to tie it. Let's see how it does. My friend, in the finish, which one do you prefer between these two historic American beers?
I will say that both beer do a very good job in the sense that if you're tasting them on their own, they showcase like a very balanced finish in the sense. But when we're comparing them, one of them has a little bit more of an edge, if you allow me, on it in the sense that it just like showcases all the elements without screaming in your face. One of them is kind of like typing in all caps and the other one is just like telling you something. I'm going to go with Yuengling, my friend. I like the way like all the elements are there without being, excessive.
I'm just drinking my Yuengling at this point. I agree. It's Yuengling all the way, buddy. It's a little bit malty, a little bit hoppy, but so balanced, so sharp, quick finish, doesn't linger too long. No oiliness on your palate like you get with the Pabst. It is a point to Yuengling every day, all day. Now, my friend, the overall beer experience. Which one, from beginning to end, taking in all those beautiful beer intangibles, which one do you prefer?
We're here in the presence of the eye of the eagle that is staring at us, so we've got to be careful what we say.
I can feel it. It's staring a hole in the side of my head.
It is. I think for me here, like, apart from the experience itself, there's also some intangibles, and I have to be fair about them. And the fact that when I first moved here to the U.S., for me, Yuengling was the beer that I first really kind of like fell in love with, that was readily available, was on tap pretty much everywhere, and that to me had flavor compared to a lot of the other tap offerings that are not craft, obviously, or smaller, breweries. And it was also something that I didn't know at all. So like even more so, like it became one of my favorite like go-to for easily accessible. So Yuengling is getting the point, my friend, for that, and for how it showcases like beautifully all of the elements.
Yeah, it's Yuengling all the way. Like from beginning to end, there's no doubt. It's just a better beer. It's better balance. It's more flavorful in a good way. Like it's maltier, but still hoppy at the same time. It's a beautiful beer. I love a Yinger. This was 9-1 for Yuengling. This was a devastating beer battle. This is unbelievable. Let us know down below. Are there any other beer battles you'd like us to do? Please post in the comments down below. We will get to them ASAP. Which one do you prefer between these two? You like yourself a Yinger? You like yourself a Pabst? Post down below and let us know what you think. And cheers, everybody, whatever you do. Don't forget, right?
To close your beer brackets. Never.
Hopefully I'm done with Pabst for a while now.
Right? You may hope so, but the ego might not think so.
Yeah. I can feel that eyeball. The majestic eagle, the majestic beer eagle.
Staring at you.